49ers Cal High Sports is presented by U.S. Bank. Life keeps moving. We're here for every step. U.S. Bank member, FDIC.
This week on 49ers Cal High Sports presented by U.S. Bank, big league games all around the Bay Area. We'll see Los Lomas battle Clayton Valley. Lincoln meets Branham, and Mitty takes on St. Francis.
We have exciting flag football, including #1 Menlo meeting rival Sacred Heart Prep, league volleyball with Alameda and Encinal, and the story of the Granada flag football star and her life-saving surgery. It's all right now on 49ers Cal High Sports presented by U.S. Bank.
Welcome to 49ers Cal High Sports presented by U.S. Bank. I'm Robert Braunstein.
And I'm Aubrey Tolliver. Let's get this week started with opening night in the Redwood Empire Adobe League. San Marin is 5-0 coming into the game. 6'3" senior quarterback Daniel Rolovich leading a very dynamic offense.
Yeah, they're really good. Marin Catholic is coming off a really tough preseason schedule, hoping to get the Wildcats ready for league play. The Cats feature highly touted sophomore quarterback Dylan Skrinar, who is already being compared to former Marin Catholic star Jared Goff. A Friday night game to open league play in Kentfield Friday night. History at Marin Catholic with the first ever game under the new lights, and these folks all a big part in making it happen. San Marin driving early, but Vince Tarantino says, I don't think so. Vince had a big game for the Wildcats. The Cats driving in the second. The sophomore Dylan Skrinar busts it up the middle, avoids a tackle, and then Dylan dives in for the first score of the game, 7-0 Marin Catholic. San Marin answers right back. Daniel Rolovich calmly looking and throwing to the corner of the end zone for Ezekiel Gomez, and we're tied at 7-all. Ensuing kickoff as Luke Chigos tosses it back to Jared Geisberger, who turns on the Jets, jukes a couple of defenders, then reverses his field on the way to an 86-yard kickoff return. It's 13-7, Marin Catholic in the lead. Same score in the third, Skrinar firing over the middle to Nick Brisbane with a nice catch, and then later same drive. The snap to Geisberger, who barrels his way in, 21-7 Cats. Fourth quarter, the Mustangs driving as Rolovich takes it in himself, but late in the fourth, this play seals it. As Skrinar finds Brisbane down the far sideline, Brisbane gets behind two defenders and will not be caught as Marin Catholic shines bright under the new lights with a 33-14 win. Skrinar and Geisberger leading the way.
The Burlingame Panthers ready for Peninsula De Anza League play versus the Kings Academy. TK moving the ball early, a shot to the end zone, but it's all red. Will Armstrong comes down with the interception, and he runs it back strong to the 29-yard line. Here comes Burlingame after the turnover, but the senior linebacker Justin Turner reads it perfectly. JT picks it off, hits the gas, and no one will catch him. A 61-yard pick six, Knight strike first, 7-0 after one. TKA stays hot. Ricky Gutierrez, QB1 for the Knights, goes deep, and Aaron Duncan makes the catch in stride. Touchdown, 14-0 the Kings Academy. Later in the quarters, Gutierrez connects with the 6'3", three-star receiver, Jaden Flores. Flores makes a grab, sheds a tackle, and then turns on the speed. He gone. 21-0 Knights. Panthers finally answer. Nick Armstrong dumps it off to Ben Flanzer. Ben walks in untouched to put Burlingame on the board, 21-7. Still in the second, Gutierrez drops back. He looks end zone. He wants it all. Adrian Barnett agrees. He hauls it in, keeps the feet in bounds. A beautiful pass and score, 28-7 at the half. Final seconds before the half, Panthers looking for more, but Flores picks the pass, and we go into half, and after half, it's much of the same story. The Kings Academy wins this one 45-7, improving to 5-1 on the season.
We head out to Livermore for the East Bay League showdown with San Ramon Valley and Granada. The Matadors threatening on their first drive. Quarterback Katie Ville rolls to her right. The lefty hits Isabel Dunn, who scampers in for 6, and the Granada lead is now 6-0 early. The Mats offense off to a hot start. So is the defense. Giselle Badia gets the sack there, and it's 6-0 Granada after 1. In the second, the Wolves defense trying to come up with a big stop, and Emma Cossack does just that, a big tackle for loss. Still a 6-0 game with only seconds to play in the first half. Katie Vale looks for Dunn, who's running up the goal line. A beautiful pass, a beautiful catch, and the try after is good, so Granada takes a 13-0 lead into halftime. same score in the fourth. The Wolves trying to put together a nice drive as Ryan connects with Tatum Prindiville, who goes spinning around and gets taken down just short of the end zone. 2 plays later, Ryan under pressure, but this time, this Prindiville reception is good for 6, and the score is 13-6 Granada with 8 minutes to play. The Wolves back with possession. There's the snap. The pass is complete and should be good, but no! Giselle Badia with the perfectly timed flagpole, one of 5 sacks on the day for the senior. A minute left to play, and this ball is heaved deep towards the end zone, but the Mats, Marin Lenica tips the pass up in the air and hauls it in. One of 2 game-saving INTs for Marin as Granada's defense steps up big, winning this one over San Ramon Valley 13-6.
High fives all around on senior night as the Miramonte Matadors host Ocalanes. Dawn strike first. Marlon Stone feeds Ella Del Rosario, who flicks a backhand shot into the net. Moments later, Del Rosario returns the favor, dishing to Sarah Williams. Sarah loads up and fires a rocket home. Ocalanes jumps out to a 4-goal lead. Miramonte answers back. Madison Chong finds Hannah Gardner, and Gardner buries it to cut the lead to 2. But the Dons keep attacking. Williams to Del Rosario, surrounded by 3 defenders. No problem. Count it. 5-2 Ocalanes. Anna Shogun races on the breakaway and beats the keeper for a Matadors goal. Second half now, Grayson Menard fires from deep. That one's in. Miramonte cuts it back down to a 2-goal deficit. Then Annika Wren in a stare down with the goalie. Patient, and then she floats one in to expand the Dons' advantage. Williams to Olivia Whipple. Whipple fires and scores. Ocalanes takes this one 13-9 over Miramonte and improves to 2-0 in the Diablo Foothill League.
The Rikes Center brings us the Players of the Week award each week. Scan this QR code right now to vote for next week's Players of the Week.
The winners announced in a wrap produced by the Rikes Center. Here are this week's players voted as the Gary Rikes Players of the Week.
James the Spitter, 49ers Cow High. These are your Gary Rikes Players of the Week. Rikes Center. Tegan coolin', just watch what she's doing. Putting on the show, got spectators drooling. Playing that volleyball, she plays like she knows it all. Always staying ready every time that her number's called. 29 kills in a 5-set match. Working on the drills to be ready to attack. The motto is, go hard to the finish. Cal Poly is a school where she's currently committing. His game is official, I'm talking about Michael Mitchell Jr. Man, his squad is undefeated, working hard, hoping the phrase will be repeated. Top CCS team, they're the truth, better believe it. 339 on the yards and 4 TDs, putting up numbers of an MVP. Committed to Vanderbilt, that's the school he chose, but for now, he's got state championship goals. James the Spitter, 49ers Cow High. These are your Gary Rikes Players of the Week. Rikes Center, let's go, let's roll, come on.
Hi, I'm 49ers fullback Kyle Juszczyk. Each week, 49ers Flag and 49ers Prep, presented by U.S. Bank, honor local high school coaches with the Charlie Wiedemeyer Memorial Coach of the Week Award. These coaches show leadership on the field and make a lasting impact in their communities. Each winner receives a $1,000 grant from the 49ers Foundation and will be recognized in a pregame on-field ceremony. Here's Robert and Aubrey with this week's honorees.
Thanks, Juice. This week's award goes to Wilcox High School head football coach Paul Rosa. The Chargers have won 3 in a row after a big shutout win last week. The Chargers offense and defense coming together for a complete team effort.
For his leadership and the team's success, Coach Rosa will receive a grant from the 49ers Foundation. Congratulations to Coach Paul Rosa, this week's 49ers Prep, presented by U.S. Bank Charlie Wiedemeyer Memorial Coach of the Week.
Coming up, our Mancini Sleep World dream matchup as Branham hosts Lincoln.
And Washington and Irvington face off in the West Alameda County Mission League as 49ers Cal High Sports presented by U.S. Bank continue.
This is Jess, Peloton instructor, educator, game changer. She needs her money to work as hard as she does. That's why she uses U.S. Bank Bank Smartly Checking and Savings, which does exactly that, helping her track her spending and grow her money. Together, we'll achieve more than any of us could alone. You got this, Jess.
We got this.
That's the power of Jess, and this is the power of us.
Every time I step onto the field, I suit up to protect myself from injury. Off the field, I do the same for my family. But sometimes in life, no matter how careful you are, accidents happen. That's when you can trust Bernardi Zarata. They treat their clients like family, always looking out for your best interests. If you've been injured, call Venardi Zurada. Because when life hits you hard, you deserve a caring team that's on your side.
What's the easiest way to put a spring back in your step? Finding the perfect mattress at Mancini Sleep World. We've got you covered with our Rest Easy promise. We're so sure you'll love your mattress that we offer a 365-night comfort guarantee. 1 year to make sure your mattress is delivering the comfort you deserve. We guarantee the best price with free next-day delivery with top brands like Tempur-Pedic starting at $29 a month. Feel the beat of better sleep with
Mancini Sleep World. Rest easy.
At Bellarmine, athletics isn't just competition, it's tradition. With 40% of our coaches and both our athletic directors being alumni, this place is more than a school. It's home. They've lived the grind, worn the jersey, and felt the pride, and now they're giving back by building the same experience to the next generation of Bells. They return because they believe in what Bellarmine gave them, and they're here to pass it on. Bellarmine Athletics. Be a part of the tradition.
Mancini Sleep World brings us the dream matchup every week. This big game features two of the best teams in the Bay Area. This week, it's the Mount Hamilton League battle with Branham and Lincoln.
That's right. The Lincoln Lions come into the game undefeated at 5-0. The Lions traveling to Branham to meet the 4-1 Bruins. It is our Mancini Sleep World dream matchup. Our Adrian Soriano was there.
Mancini Sleep World. Rest easy.
Welcome to Branham High School for the Mount Hamilton League opener between the Bruins and the Lincoln Lions. Both teams feature outstanding athletes. For the Branham Bruins, it's senior Michael Murphy. Michael has 767 total yards and 12 touchdowns on the year. The Lincoln Lions feature senior Kyan Phillips, who has 762 total yards and 16 touchdowns on the year. Who will start off Mount Hamilton League play on a high note? Let's find out in our Mancini's dream matchup. Well, I just talked about this guy, and here he is, Kyan Phillips, going to the far sideline, all the way inside the Bruins' 35-yard line. Then a few moments later, it's Phillips with the carry again, and Kyan muscles his way in for the score, 7-0 Lincoln Lions. The Lions force a Branham 3-and-out. Then it's Michael Whitelaw taking this one from the 28-yard line, and he is gone. Michael Whitelaw laying down the law as Lincoln takes a 14-0 lead after one. Second quarter now. Andrew Ho drops back and fires over the middle to Mayan Grinstein, and Mayan turns on the Jets, and he is in for the touchdown. Branham will tack on a field goal just before halftime. It's 14-10 Lions. So remember when I talked about Michael Murphy before these highlights? Well, here's Michael taking the ball from the 7-yard line. Michael racing down the sideline, and he is gone! Michael Murphy! A 93-yard kickoff return touchdown to start the second half as the Bruins take a 21-17 lead. But the Lions come right back. Give the ball to Lucas Martinez, who fights his way in for the TD. 24-21 Lions. Branham looking to answer back, but the ball is fumbled, and it's the big man Omri Phillips coming up with the loose ball, and the Lions are within striking distance again. Then handed to Jonathan Medina for 6. The point after is good, and it's 31-21 Lincoln after 3. Branham trying to rally back in the fourth. Michael Murphy finds pay dirt for the second time in the second half. 2-point conversion good as the Bruins pull to within 3. But Jonathan Medina had a big second half for the Lions. Jonathan over the middle, and there he goes! 69 yards to the promised land, one man to beat. Jonathan breaks the tackle as the Lincoln Lions win their first league game in almost 3 years. Jonathan with a big second half for the Lions, and here's what he had to say after the game.
Man, it feels so great. You know, as you can see, our team's getting hyped over there. This means a lot, and there's many more to come.
Greetings to these Mission League rivals as Washington takes on Irvington. The Vikings from Irvington driving early. Vivon Tawari fires over the middle to his tight end, Marquez Olubzoseli. Extra point miss, 6-0 Vikings. The Huskies with a big drive of their own. But look at junior cornerback Gabriel Arua stepping in front of the pass in the end zone, and a nice return to preserve the Vikings' lead. Second quarter, more Irvington defense as Tommy Chang and Tony Ortiz team up for a big loss. But the Huskies get on the board here. Brian Bullock firing to the far sideline for Joseph Guerra, and this guy is really good. Guerra strolling in to give Washington a 7-6 lead. Back comes Irvington. Tawari with a pretty touch pass over the defender and into the arms of Arua. Both feet down. It's 12-7, so the Vikings go for 2, and Ethan Insigjigme takes it in, 14-7 Irvington. Washington in the red zone again, but again the Viking D comes up huge as Braden Kubiak goes way up for the pick at the 3-yard line. What a play! Still 14-7 Vikings in the third as Tawari takes it in, 21-7 Vikings. But the Huskies fight back later in the fourth. It's Bullock throwing again, and again the senior Guerra makes the catch and steps into the end zone. It's 21-14. The Vikings trying to run out the clock. They take a safety to make it 21-16, and then Washington with 1 second left, but the pass is incomplete, and Irvington holds on to win it, 21-16. The Vikings now 5-1 on the season.
Do we have a good game on our hands? Encino hosts crosstown rival Alameda. Ivan Garcia with the highlights. Hornets in front early as Sofia Canella sets the Brown win. Brantley using her wings to fly and bring it down for the kill. Double-digit lead now. Brantley doing it all as the senior goes up, this time for the block. Hornets takes at 1, 25-14. Alameda finding their groove in the second, going to double digits again. Canella sets to Adele Seefeld for the ricochet kill. Later in the set, sophomore Ruby Devkota sets to Sam Abbott for the slam. Hornets win set 2, 25-15. But this is where the Jets take off. The quick reaction by Kellis Nixon gives Encino a 4-point lead. She's a sophomore. This time it's the Jets getting to a double-digit lead. Micah Buyang-Jargo sets to Logan Chen, and the gentle flick finds the hardwood. Encino takes set 3, 25-19. Set 4 going back and forth. Here's Adele going straight up for the block. Alameda 15-13. Alameda will get to match point twice, but now it's Encino on set point. Jimena Serna with the dig. Kai Gordon passes it back to Serna. Ball going back to the Hornets. Hornets return the ball, but Gordon spikes it back for the point, and we are headed to set 5. And the dogfight continues. Serna sets to Gordon, changing her shot mid-air as the junior helps tie the game at 10. But the Hornets have had enough. Dahlia Riza bumps to Devkota, who sets to Abid, just getting a hand on the ball, sending it over the net. Alameda takes set 5, 15-13. The Hornets outfly the Jets and avoid the reverse sweep. The senior Abid going for 19 kills.
Diamond Training and Development helps athletes reach the Diamond Standard. Each week we profile an athlete meeting that standard at their school.
Our Diamond Training and Development Diamond Standard athlete this week is Lillian Bongiorno from the University Volleyball team. Lillian is a member of the school's fundraising club, the Medical Research and Volunteering Club, as well as Student Government, where she serves as the Vice President of Activities. Lillian Bongiorno is this week's Diamond Training and Development Diamond Standard.
Buongiorno, molto bene. D-Line Constructors brings us the D-Line Defensive Play of the Week every week. This week's D-Line Defensive Play is this Makai Smith play from Balboa. Makai forcing the fumble, then picks it up and takes it to the house. The scoop and score for Makai is the D-Line Constructors Defensive Play of the Week.
Coming up, opening night in the Diablo Foothill League with Las Lomas and Clayton Valley.
And history at the Harker School as the Eagles take on Branham outdoors in girls volleyball. But first, here is our U.S. Bank flag football poll.
Off season? Nah, this is level up season. At Diamond Training and Development, it's all baseball and softball all year. Faster hands, bigger hits, harder throws, no excuses, just work. You want that starting spot, that college scout's attention? Show them what you did when nobody was watching. At Diamond Training and Development, off season is on.
Dad, this guy says that we act like Gillette Labs is some miracle, but it's just another razor?
Gillette Labs ain't a miracle, but it sure as heck ain't my old razor. It's Gillette's best shave. And with up to 30 shaves per cartridge, I'm spending less. Its ultra-sharp blades last 50% longer.
And give you a fresh blade feeling time after
time. Time after time after time. Gillette Labs, the best a man can get.
Keeps getting better.
You didn't choose a European car for average performance, so don't settle for average service. At Euroclinic, we specialize in Audi, Porsche, Mercedes-Benz, and other marques, delivering expert maintenance and a refined experience. Valet pickup, exotic towing, a private lounge, meticulous service with a 5-year unlimited mileage warranty. Euroclinic, Silicon Valley's choice for European and exotic care, where performance meets premium service.
When the Eagles won the Super Bowl, man, it was one of the greatest days of my life. But that day was ruined by accusations that my birds only won to sell wings. You know what they're saying out there? They're saying the quarterbacks are scrambling, apparently, to sell eggs.
Eggs are delicious. Great protein.
Oh, Baker Mayfield's a bread influencer.
The man does bake.
You know, football is not a ploy to sell
food. When football makes you hungry, order Uber Eats.
The San Jose Police Department is recognized as one of the top departments in the nation. With competitive salaries, excellent benefits, and opportunities to grow, SJPD offers more than a career, it offers a calling.
As a former high school athlete, I wanted a career that challenged me and gave back to the community, and SJPD gave me both.
Good job, you guys. Keep going, keep going.
Protect, serve, inspire. Join the San Jose Police Department today.
The Las Lomas Knights enter league play with a very impressive 5-1 record with junior running back Kane Sekulich already at 922 rushing yards this season.
The Knights taking on perennial league power Clayton Valley. The Ugly Eagles feature Fresno State-bound senior Jadis Lucky, who last week went over the 1,000-yard mark rushing this season. Two great backs meeting at Clayton Valley Friday night.
Opening night in the Diablo Foothill League with Clayton Valley hosting Las Lomas. Clayton Valley up 7-0, 7 minutes in. Ugly Eagles at midfield. Jadis Lucky gets a handoff and he goes untouched for 50 yards. This was a Jadis Lucky show from the jump. The 3-star Fresno State commit scores 5 straight touchdowns, each touchdown north of 30 yards, and it is 28-0 CV at the half. Just an incredible showing for Jadis. More Ugly Eagles get in on the scoring. Dion Lou Beverly gets a handoff from Nolan Lopez. Tight ropes up the sideline, and Dion outruns 2 guys on his way in for his second touchdown of the game. Las Lomas does avoid the shutout. Blake Lewis hands it off to Steven Cordano, and Cordano scampers 28 yards in for the score. Las Lomas is on the board. On the ensuing kickoff, Andres Watts receives it at the 30. Some big blocks from a few Uggs, and Watts is off. A last-minute block there from Lou Beverly, and that's a 70-yard kick 6. Clayton Valley makes a statement in the Diablo Foothill League opener, beating Las Lomas 63-7. Jadis Lucky with 5 tutties. It's the Harker School's Battle of the Turf, a homecoming volleyball match played on the Eagles football field Saturday night. First set, Harker with the 14-13 advantage. Kira Chang keeps the ball in play, then Aline Grinspan bump sets to Ellie Aluwalia, and the senior tools it off the block for the point. However, this Brandon block ends in a Bruins point. Brianna Gassman gets the stuff. But here's a set point for the Eagles. Divya Bupati to Chang to Natalie Tran, and Nat puts the set away. Harker with the 1-set lead. Now it's Harker with the lead in the second set. Alexis Leo bumps to Chang, who sets Ellie Aluwalia, and the senior would tally up 19 kills in this match. Setter Kira Chang with one of her 3 aces here, and Harker goes on to take the 2-set lead. Branham comes out firing in set 3, especially Caitlin Karatsus. Faith Park sets Caitlin, and Branham extends the match, winning set 3. Set 4, a diving save from Grinspan. Chang, the bump set to Bupati, and it goes through the defender's arms for the point. Bring on match point for the Eagles, and Ashley Zhao delivers the ace to send everybody home. Harker wins this year's Battle on the Turf, defeating Branham in 4 sets.
The Cal Hope Courage Award brings us stories of athletes overcoming adversity to succeed in school and in sports.
She's known for her powerful arm and competitive spirit, but senior quarterback Katie Vale's biggest victory didn't come on the field. It came when she was 3 years old. Put the ball in the hands of Katie Vale, and you will see her at her best. This rock star quarterback is just short of 3,000 passing yards through 6 weeks. Katie says she's happiest when she's playing ball.
I like to be active, I like to be up. I'm not very good fitting still and focusing on things. So when I can get up and I can move around, it makes me happier.
Does it ever occur to you that you beat cancer? Is that something that pops?
Not really, it's pretty weird to say.
They were preemies, being twins. Somebody was always sick in the house.
Katie and her twin sister Reagan were just 3 years old when Katie came down with what seemed like a simple cold.
We have a bad cold, let's go check it out. And they took an x-ray just to be safe to see if it was pneumonia, and it was a tumor. They had an idea of what type of tumor it was.
Then came the prognosis.
They basically, without diagnosing it, told my husband and I that this was not a good form of cancer and that we had to prepare ourselves.
Like most parents would, Mom Jennifer and Dad Jeff did not accept that answer.
I told my husband I want a second opinion, and we called Stanford, and they got us in immediately the next day.
Stanford's diagnosis? Ganglioneuroblastoma, a tumor that affects the nerve tissues in young children. But doctors at Stanford had a completely different prognosis, telling the Vales that with surgery, Katie could go on to lead a healthy life.
It was a very nerve-wracking surgery that she had, very long, waiting and not knowing what was going to happen. And when he came back out, he basically told us that she had some side effects of the surgery. My concern was, well, how is that going to affect her life moving forward? And his response to me was, you should be happy she's alive.
The surgery was a complete success. Not even chemotherapy was needed. But it did leave Katie with a condition called Horner's disease.
I only sweat on half of my body, and then when it gets like dim outside my eyes, they adjust differently, and one's big and one's small.
But those side effects never slowed Katie down. And through it all, her twin sister Reagan and little sister Paisley were always by her side.
She's so dedicated to football. Like, she puts it like it's her top priority about like when the season, like when it's football season, like it's football season, like it's not basketball season or any other season, like it's her top priority.
For Jennifer, the mom who once feared losing her little girl, seeing Katie now is nothing short of a miracle.
She's very lucky. I mean, I would never think that somebody who had all of these issues as a young kid would kind of be the little rock star athlete that she is.
Katie's love of the game translating into success.
I really love like being out here, and I like the sport, and I like being able to express myself through this. So maybe in college, maybe a team, maybe a recreational team that's like football, co-ed, I don't know. But I don't really want to give it up quite yet.
A daughter, a sister, an athlete, a survivor. Katie Vale is winning in more ways than one. We saw Katie and the Matadors in a big win against San Ramon Valley earlier in the show. Katie leads the league in passing yards, and she is also a star basketball player. With the support of her sisters Reagan and Paisley, mom Jennifer, and dad Jeff, no doubt Katie will always put herself in a position to win.
Yeah, such great support, and how far she has come since that,
incredible.
That tough time. All right, be sure to scan the QR code on the screen for more information on the Cal Hope Courage Award Scholarship Program.
Marist Credit Union honors teachers all around the Bay Area for the great work they do every day.
Here's Antonio Campbell, the third from Mount Diablo, talking about his outstanding teacher, Robert Felipas.
My favorite teacher is Mr. Felipas because he was a funny teacher, and he basically was one of the competitive ones. He wasn't boring. So when I was having a bad day, he always just made me smile, laugh, and made my day go on. And I could just work out with him in the weight room and let my anger out. So he was one of my coolest teachers.
Gillette presents the Precision Player each week. This is a young athlete already making his or her mark in sports.
Gillette is proud to honor Eleanor Malu from the Liberty Flag football team. Noah is making her mark as an outstanding sophomore quarterback for the Lions. For the best a fan can get this season, visit Gillette.com/NFL to purchase your Gillette Labs official 49ers licensed razor today.
Coming up, a thrilling flag football game between rivals Menlo and Sacred Heart Prep.
And Sharks Ice High School Hockey as Bellarmine takes on the Lancers. You are watching the Bay Area's best high school sports show, 49ers Cal High Sports, presented by U.S. Bank.
Meet the Johnsons, a young couple looking to start a family. Then there's Larry, the eccentric brother-in-law who likes to hold concerts every day. And he also believes that squirrels are spies. Ready to build an ADU loan on your main home, a second home, or an investment property in California? Get a Home Fast ADU loan with fixed-term financing ranging from $25,000 up to $500,000. Thanks to a Home Fast ADU loan from Marist, Larry has his own space. And the Johnsons, well, they have their sanity back.
Every great athlete knows you don't win without a game plan. That goes for math, and that's why Bay Area Tutor for Athletes is here. A high-performance online math tutoring program for middle and high school athletes across the Bay Area. Whether it's algebra, geometry, trigonometry, or calculus, we'll help you level up. Form a Tutor for Athletes squad with up to 5 teammates for small group tutoring, or go one-on-one to sharpen your skills. Stay eligible, stay competitive, win in the classroom and on the field.
I know that the model of credit unions is the very best one for human beings, and so how we bring that to life can truly transform people's lives.
Lumen brings to us the capability to be able to serve members in ways that we haven't before. It is really about enhancing that need for that particular individual like we've never been able to do before, and I'm extremely excited about that.
Dad, this guy says that we act like Gillette Labs is some miracle, but it's just another razor?
Gillette Labs ain't a miracle, but it sure as heck ain't my old razor. It's Gillette's best shave. And with up to 30 shaves per cartridge, I'm spending less. Its ultra-sharp blades last 50% longer.
And give you a fresh blade feeling time after
Time after time after time. Gillette Labs, the best a man can get.
Keeps getting better.
It's the Valpo Bowl flag football style as the two schools on Valparaiso Avenue meet this week. Menlo is the top-ranked team in our Bay Area flag football poll, with junior captain Ava Allen one of the Bay Area's very best.
She's pretty good.
She's good.
But Sacred Heart Prep comes to this game with a 13-1 record, 4-0 in league. The Gators feature senior quarterback Riley Longacre, and this one was a battle.
A huge rivalry matchup in Atherton as Menlo battles Sacred Heart Prep. Lots of defense in the first half, and Gators dial it up on D with Lauren Massetti making the INT. No score after one. Those Gators were chomping in the second quarter. Riley Longacre airs it out and connects with Kate Hansen, and Kate the Great is loose. That's an SHP touchdown, 6-0 Gators at the half. And Kate was not only making plays on offense, she was lights out on D. Here, Kate picks off the pass, sheds away from two flagpoles, gets away from the quarterback, and Kate is off to the races. The flag would get pulled at the 4-yard line for a huge INT, and it would lead to this. Longacre takes the snap, decides to tuck it and run, and barrels her way in. Waiting for the signal? Yes, touchdown. Try after was no good. 12-0 SHP after 3. But this game is far from over. Fourth quarter, Ava Allen rolls her right, decides to take off, and spins her way across the goal line for 6. Now this is the try after. This is huge. Allen moving to her left with heavy pressure, has to get the throw off, takes a shot and finds Lissy Mahe. The Knights make this a 12-7 game. Still in the fourth. Knights get the ball back. Allen on fourth down, facing heavy pressure, throws off balance and somehow finds Sophie Hauser for the first down. What a play! Then a few plays later, let Allen do the rest. The junior reaches the ball over the goal line before the flagpole, and the refs say touchdown. It's 13-12 Knights with under 2 minutes left. The Gators look to march down the field and retake the lead, but the pass gets picked by Annika Shaw. Menlo wins a thriller in Atherton, beating their next door rivals 13-12.
Time for some ice hockey now at TXCU Arena as Bellarmine takes on the Lancers. The Bells strike first. Connor Aycock finds Griffin Potenza, and Griffin shoots and scores for the first goal of the game. It's 1-0 Bellarmine Bells, but it was all Lancers from there. Christopher Lamfalussi's first shot is saved, but the puck finds Kellen Kikor right, and Kellen fires it home to tie the game at 1. Then a few moments later, it's Dalgun Enkbayar shooting this one from a tough angle and finding the back of the net as the Lancers take a 2-1 lead. The Lancers on the attack again. Jae-hee Shin shoots it off the post and in. Jae-hee Shin, what a goal! It's 3-1 Lancers hockey. Now it's Thomas Shimizu skating around the back of the net, and Thomas somehow gets the puck past the goalie as the Lancers take a 5-1 lead after 1. It would stay that way until the final period when Jonathan Doherty passes it to Nolan Johnston, and Nolan gets on the score sheet as the Lancers cruise to a 6-2 victory over Bellarmine. And our Sharks Ice player of the game is Jae-hee Shin. Jae-hee had a goal and an assist for the Lancers.
Lexus of Stevens Creek presents the Volunteer Award each week, leading to $10,000 in scholarships. This is an athlete who does great work in our community.
This week's Lexus of Stevens Creek Volunteer Award goes to Lucas Luengo from the Monte Vista football team. Lucas volunteers with the Crayon Initiative, a nonprofit organization that collects and recycles used crayons, melting them and remolding them into new ones. Those newly made crayons are donated to children's hospitals across the country. Lucas tells us why it's so important to give back.
Just giving back to those who are less fortunate than me, and just helping those kids in those children's hospitals just have a great time when they're going through whatever they're going through, you know, and being able to help them and have them bring joy in themselves. It just, I feel like it's a great thing I could do.
The Harker School presents the Scholar Athlete Award each week.
This week's Harker Scholar Athlete is Hope Diekman from the San Ramon Valley volleyball team. Hope with an impressive 4.7 GPA.
Brought to you by the Harker School. Thousands arrived at the Upper School campus last Saturday for Harker Day, which includes games, great food, and amazing performances from Harker students, all capped off with the historic homecoming volleyball game at Davis Field. At Harker, transitional kindergarten through 12th grade students discover their passions. Learn more at harker.org.
Coming up, action from the East Bay Mountain Division as Amador Valley meets San Ramon Valley.
And Christopher battles Lee in the Mount Hamilton Division. But first, here is this week's learning tip presented by Bay Area Tutoring Association.
Set small math goals. Don't try to learn an entire chapter in one shot. Break it down. Today, work on solving systems of equations. Tomorrow, focus on word problems. Small wins lead to big mastery.
Opening night in the East Bay League features the San Ramon Valley Wolves, who are off to a 4-2 start to the season. The Wolves' Cole Dawes throwing for 1,345 yards so far this season.
SRV traveling down 680 to Pleasanton to meet Amador Valley. The Dons have an outstanding quarterback with Nico Kovacs. The sophomore has thrown for 1,053 yards this season. Two teams looking to throw the ball Friday night.
Ivan Garcia here in Pleasanton as Amador Valley hosts San Ramon Valley. Wolves only had one drive in the first quarter and make the most of it. Cassius Ryan running up the middle, taking a couple of ankles on the way, and Cash Money Cassius makes a deposit for 6. P.T. Good, Wolves strike first 7-0. The Dons get into the red zone on the following drive. Nico Kovacs finds his favorite target, Anthony Harrington, and the Idaho State commit fights his way in for 6. P.T. Good tied at 7. But that changes after Owen Power fields the kickoff, finds a lane, runs toward the far sidelines, and he is G-O-N-E gone! 85-yard house call, the sophomore showing off his blazing speed, 14-7 Wolves after 1. Dons tie the game in the second. Vincent Majorana gets the rock, makes the adjustment, and 27 yards later, Majorana scores the TD, tying the game at 14 going into the half. But the Wolves make some second half adjustments. Opening drive for SRV as Cole Dawes hits a wide open Dietrich Burks Jr. in stride, and the sophomore takes it 48 yards into the end zone, and the Wolves start to smell blood. 2 minutes later, Dawes sends a rainbow pass to Colton Fitzgibbons. 56-yard touchdown connection. San Ramon Valley would score 27 unanswered points to get the 41-14 victory over Amador Valley. Dawes leading the Wolves with 4 touchdown passes.
The Lee Longhorns get set to battle Christopher Thursday night. We pick things up in the second quarter. This is Kason Panito taking the direct snap, and the junior explodes for a 31-yard touchdown. PAT good, 7-0 Cougars. But on the ensuing kickoff, this is Miles Huntington finding a lane, then decides to cut back, scoop up to the middle of the field, and the senior is loose. Kiss him goodbye. 85 yards to the ranch. We're all tied up at 7. Lee would tack on a touchdown just before the half. This is Blake Zanger on the carry, and he barrels his way in for a Lee touchdown. It's 14-7 Longhorns at the half. Lee would tack on a field goal in the third as Ashkan Sabah nails this kick from 24 yards out. 17-7 Lee after 3. But Christopher rallies in the fourth with Adrian Leon getting the carry and plows his way in from 9 yards out. It's now a 17-14 game. And the Cougars would get the ball back, and they're driving. Less than 20 seconds left. Dylan Robinson drops back, slings this ball over the middle to Ethan Vernon. Touchdown! 21-17 Cougars. One last shot for Lee, looking for a miracle, but the Cougars defense gets a whole lot more than just a stop. Dominic Marini gets the strip sack, and Jared Rodriguez recovers the rock and scores as Christopher wins a thriller in San Jose, beating Lee 27-17.
Venardi Zurada is the official injury attorneys for the San Francisco 49ers, and each week Venardi Zurada finds people in the high school sports community and highlights their efforts.
This week's Venardi Zurada hometown hero is recently retired De La Salle athletic trainer Kent Mercer. Kent was inducted into the De La Salle Sports Hall of Fame last week. Kent played on the Spartans' first ever water polo team, then came back to the school as trainer for 25 years. Kent is the epitome of the LaSallian spirit at De La Salle and was always a great friend of our show. Kent Mercer, this week's Venardi Zurada hometown hero. Albany's Construction knows a thing or two about hard work, and that's why they bring us the Dirty Work Play each week. This week it's this play by the California Grizzlies as Maka Lauti causes the fumble and Jacob Stickevers gets the recovery. The Cal defense doing the dirty work, just like our good friends at Albanese Construction.
Coming up, it's the Euro Clinic Girls Game of the Week as Las Lomas takes on Acalanes.
And West Catholic League Volleyball with St. Ignatius and Valley Christian. But first, here is this week's High Five Top 5 with the top 5 flag football receivers. Brought to you by High Five Restaurant and Catering in San Jose.
This is Jess, Peloton instructor, educator, game changer. She needs her money to work as hard as she does. That's why she uses U.S. Bank Bank Smartly Checking and Savings, which does exactly that, helping her track her spending and grow her money. Together, we'll achieve more than any of us could alone. You got this, Jess.
We got this.
That's the power of Jess, and this is the power of us.
Every time I step onto the field, I suit up to protect myself from injury. Off the field, I do the same for my family. But sometimes in life, no matter how careful you are, accidents happen. That's when you can trust Bernardi Zerata. They treat their clients like family, always looking out for your best interests. If you've been injured, call Bernardi Zerata, because when life hits you hard, you deserve a caring team that's on your side.
This isn't just auto repair, this is Euro Clinic, Silicon Valley's destination for European auto care. Located in Santa Clara, we deliver precision maintenance and repair with uncompromising standards. Enjoy flexible drop-offs, concierge updates, towing for exotics, and valet pickup. Your vehicle is backed by a 5-year unlimited mileage warranty while you relax in our modern lounge with espresso and private workspaces. Expect more than a dealer, expect Euro Clinic.
Our mouths are one of the first places a doctor looks during a checkup, and for good reason. It can tell them things about our health, serious things, things that could keep us from reaching the next milestone. For over 65 years, Delta Dental has offered high-quality, affordable dental plans that strive to meet the needs of everyone. Today, we are the largest network of oral healthcare providers in the nation. Delta Dental, putting your health first, yesterday, today, and tomorrow.
Get ready for the most exhilarating season yet. Sharks Ice Hockey is hosting 34 teams spanning from Fresno to Reno. Over 700 hockey players all competing for state and national titles. Be part of the thrilling action. Experience the speed, the skill, and the passion from these young hockey players. Games are played at Sharks Ice locations from all over the Bay Area. Looking to join, support, or to find games? Go to sharkshighschoolhockey.com.
Every week we have a girls game receiving special coverage with a reporter on scene, a post-game MVP interview where the MVP gets custom headphones for her efforts, all thanks to Euro Clinic in Santa Clara, where European auto care meets uncompromising standards. And this week it's Las Lomas and Acalanes, two of the Bay Area's best flag football teams.
Las Lomas comes into the game undefeated overall with a 19-0 record. Acalanes, with just one league loss, was looking to move into a tie for first place. It's the Euro Clinic Girls Game of the Week, played at Acalanes on Wednesday. Our Jake Vanderbrook was there.
The league race is heating up in the Diablo League, and we have an exciting matchup in Lafayette as Las Lomas takes on Acalanes. Starting with Las Lomas, the Knights enter this game with a perfect 19-0 record, which features quarterback Maggie Kruger. The junior is having an outstanding season with 41 touchdown passes. Meanwhile, Acalanes is sitting one game behind the leading Knights. A win can move the Dons up to a first-place tie. Isabel Agnost is on our radar. The sophomore has just over 700 yards on the ground with 13 total touchdowns. So let's get this Euro Clinic Girls Game of the Week underway, and Las Lomas got off to a hot start. Here's Maggie Kruger under center, taking a shot to the end zone in double coverage, and Hannah Shank makes a wonderful catch for 6. The try after was good. 7-zip Knights after 1. More Knights in the second. Kruger rolls to her left, looking for options, decides to take off, and scampers her way in for a 20-yard score. 13-zip Knights. And this Knights offense was dialed in from the very start. Here, Kruger on 4th down decides to heave it up, and Shank hauls it in for 6. It's 19-0 Knights at the half. The Knights pull away in the second half. Here, Kruger uncorks this ball deep to Violet Keeperman, and the junior keeps running. You can kiss Violet goodbye. 25 zip, nice. No quitting the Dons. This is Ines Coyne finding Leslie Trowbridge over the middle for an Acalanes touchdown, but it was all Las Lomas in this one, and the Knights defense put on a show. This is Grace Spencer picking off the pass on 4th down, and she extends the play, makes her way down the far sideline, and Grace is off to the races. It's a pick 6 for Grace as Las Lomas improves to 20-0 on the season, beating Acalanes 38-7.
This is probably the best team I've been on. Everyone's just nice and uplifting, and the cheering on the sideline, and just everyone was just lifting each other up, and our coaches were helping a lot too.
Heading to the city now for the WCAL matchup with St. Ignatius hosting Valley Christian. First set, the Wildcats up 22-19. Sam Lowry sets Maddie Luceno, and the junior drills it just inside the baseline. Then it's Lowry feeding Soraya Steger in the back row. Soraya also sneaks it just in play. St. Ignatius wins set 1, 25-20. Tied at 6 in set 2, the Warriors go Casey Gruenberg to Danielle Whitmill to Grace Paydon. That's a 6'1 freshman. But St. Ignatius threatening to go up by 2 sets. Lauren Knipp receives a serve. Valerie Chu feeds Eileen Pfeffer. Point St. Ignatius. But VC goes on a run. Whitmill sets Kennedy McCracken, and she cracks the whip on that shot to tie the set at 24. And the Warriors have set point here. Alina Yin to Gruenberg to Whitney Fleming, and the senior puts the set away, tying the match at a set apiece. SI's Eileen Pfeffer laying down the law all night long. A game-high 19 kills and 5 blocks for that junior. The Cats win set 3 and then set 4 on this Neve Harlan kill as St. Ignatius gets the big win over Valley Christian to go to 6-1 in league play, 1 game back of first place Midi. The Menlo Atherton volleyball team is having a great season.
The Bears meeting with Jake at the Riker Center to talk about it this week.
And here's the girls volleyball team from Menlo Atherton High School. Make some noise! So I'm going to start off with Kylie Winters. This team is off to a marvelous start in the Peninsula Bay in for league play. How does this team stay composed?
Yeah, I think since we've all bonded very well this year, since we're kind of a newer team, we had a lot of seniors graduate last year, so we've all gotten really close this year. Just like our bond and just everyone always like cheering and being there for each other has like gotten us through every single like pressure situation.
No doubt about it. So I'm going to make my way over to Jocelyn Chang. She's heading to Tufts University. Talk about what made you decide on Tufts University.
Yeah, I think I really like the East Coast, so I'm really excited to be there. But I think being a committed player has been a lot of having support from all the teams that I've had over the years, and especially this high school team. And we've grown so much, and it's just been a really supportive environment that really allowed me to be able to commit. It's just very excited to have this environment together.
Finally, I'm making my way over to Kayla Greenbaum. Obviously, you guys are rolling in league play. How has the mindset been over the course of the season, and what will it take for that mindset when you guys make your way into a league title or a deeper postseason?
I think we've all kind of grown into the spots because we are replacing a lot of graduated seniors, so we've all fit into the spots that we didn't have returning. We've also grown with confidence. I think we've all kind of been able to believe in ourselves more, and we're no longer scared of our opponents. Instead, we're focusing more on our own side. And again, the support with everyone. I think this is a really close team, and I love everyone on the team, and everyone uplifts everyone, so I think that's been really good.
Absolutely, ladies. Thank you so much for joining me. Take us out with a break.
1, 2, 3, break! Delta Dental honors entire teams who perform well in their sport and in the classroom with the Smiles for Scholars Award. This week we recognize the Clayton Valley girls water polo team, the girls with a combined 3.7 GPA.
Coming up, a big matchup in the West Catholic League as St. Francis meets Midi.
But first, here's our U.S. Bank Bay Area football poll.
Chase Cahoon being introduced before the game as St. Francis takes on Midi. Happy birthday, Chase, but it would be the Monarchs who strike first. Joseph Engine drops back and fires one to the end zone, and it is caught by Caden Kelly for the first points of the game. 7-0 Midi. Midi on the attack again. Engine takes a snap and heaves it deep to Caden Kelly, who makes a spectacular catch inside Lancers territory for a 40-yard gain. Then a few moments later, Engine pump fakes and connects with Marquise Marshall for the touchdown. The point after is blocked, and it's 13-0 Monarchs after 1. Second quarter now, and it's Motu Kiana Aina racing into the end zone to put the Lancers on the board. It's 13-7 Monarchs. St. Francis with a chance to take the lead before halftime. Angel Franzina drops back and throws it to Stefania Alatini inside Monarchs territory. Then it's Franzina with the pass to a wide open Max Haberlack in the end zone. PAT good, and it's 14-13 St. Francis at halftime. It would stay that way until the fourth when Lazara Faraj Washington breaks a tackle and turns on the Jets. 43 yards to the promised land. Touchdown, Mitty. 2-point conversion, no good, and it's 19-13 Monarchs. St. Francis looking to retake the lead late. Andrew Franzino with the pass to Dom Moteza, who takes it to the 1-yard line. Next play, give it to Motu Kiana Aina. Touchdown, St. Francis! It's 20-19 St. Francis with 19 seconds left. Mitty with a chance to win it at the buzzer from 58 yards away. The kick is no good! The Lancers hang on to win it, 20-19. Motu Kiana Aina with 2 rushing touchdowns for the Lancers.
The San Jose Police Department is looking for top recruits to join their department to keep San Jose the safest big city in America.
So SJPD helps us recognize top recruits in the Bay Area, and this week we recognize Archbishop Mitty's 5-star recruit, McKenna Velichko, the senior announcing her commitment to the University of Iowa last week. We are looking forward to covering Mac in her senior season coming up.
DGDG.com wants you to be a happy car buyer, so each week they bring us the Be Happy Play, a play guaranteed to make everyone happy.
This week's DGDG.com Be Happy Play goes to the Menlo Knights. Annika Shaw picks off the pass as Menlo comes back from a 12-0 deficit to win it 13-12, and the girls were very happy about it. Want to be a happy car buyer? Go to DGDG.com.
Coming up, the Service by Medallion Play of the Week.
But first, here's this week's financial tip for teens and their parents, brought to you by Lumen Digital.
Talk about college costs, scholarships, and the importance of saving for education. See if your digital banking app has personalized dashboards so you and your teen can track savings towards a college fund.
Let's start off Play of the Week with Ella Del Rosario from Acalanes with this backhand shot for the goal. How about Menlo's Ava Allen to Sophie Hauser? What a throw and what a catch to keep the nice drive alive in their win. But the Play of the Week, without a doubt, this week has to go to Irvington's Braden Kubiak. What a play on defense for the interception. Let's see it in slow-mo now. Braden Kubiak, you just won the Play of the Week.
That's the Play of the Week, and that's 49ers Cal High Sports presented by U.S. Bank for this week. Thanks for watching. I'm Robert Braunstein.
And I'm Aubrey Tolliver. Be sure to join us next week for highlights of the big rivalry game with Camp Lindo and Acalanes. That and so much more next week. See you then.
Thanks for watching. Please join our YouTube memberships to get early access to highlights and our podcast, Covered Cal High.
You'll also be able to see full game videos and vote for the Players of the Week. So click join and make sure to tune in every Sunday night at 6 p.m. on NBC Sports California. We'll see you at the games.